After a few days in Melbourne to visit family and friends, it's time for us to get back on the road and head north. As we head out and away from the city of Melbourne, there's a number of interesting things to see along the road. Around lunchtime, we arrive in the town of Bright in northeastern Victoria. After a short break at Bright, we did the long, steep, winding road over the mountaintop to the town of Mount Beauty. This is most likely the last of the snow for this season in this area as winter comes to a close. After another overnight stop, we paid a visit to the town of Cowra and the site of the Cowra Breakout. It's a very interesting place and free to visit and walk around. The history there is amazing. Many soldiers lost their lives there, mainly Japanese soldiers trying to escape the camp. Also, a number of Australian soldiers lost their lives during that same breakout. About a 45-minute drive further up the road and we come into the little town of Carcoar. This historic town is like stepping back in time, back to the 1800s. Well worth a visit to this little place. Make sure you have a look around this town when you're in the area. There's plenty to see. Less than 5 minutes drive from town is the free campsite at Carcoar Lake. It's a good spot, so we decide to stay there for the night. The next morning we had the need for speed, and what better place to do that than the famous Bathurst racetrack. Anybody can drive their vehicle around this track, but they must stick to the normal road rules and speed limits. Not long after the Bathurst racetrack, we called into Windermere Dam to have a look. You can't camp there, but it's a nice day area and worth a visit. After a bit of time looking around the dam, it was time to move on and find a place to stay tonight. The weather was great with all blue skies, so we enjoyed the drive to the next camp stop. We turned off the main drag and headed down a dirt road in the general direction of Lake Copeton. There's a free camping area on the eastern shoreline. So we weren't sure where it was exactly, and the tracks went off in all directions, but we just kept going in, heading in the general direction of the lake. goes, looks pretty good. It's a little bit warm, so we'll try and get a spot where there's a bit of shade. Ended up with 3 of us out of the car, all with different ideas of where we should park. After a little bit of looking around, we decided on this spot. It did give us some shade and we had great views over the water. Much cooler earlier the next morning, and both Thelma and Lynn had their cameras out taking photos of the local bird life. And just have a look where we are. How good is this? It might appear that we are the only campers here, but that's not correct. There is other campers around us, but they are well spread out because it's such a large area and this is a quiet time of the year for here. The next day, we were out and about with our cameras, taking hundreds of photos of birds. The place has a great variety of bird life, and we were very happy with the photos that we got. That evening was topped off for our last night watching a magnificent sunset. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, because we will have more videos of travels and camping in the near future. Thanks for watching.